Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kirpa classes. Today's topic is most common mistakes in English grammar. English is being spoken as well as used in writing in most of the countries of the world. We use it for communication purpose to express our ideas, views. So it is very important for us to understand the mistakes which we make in the use of English grammar. When we are communicating to someone through verbal means, then it may be okay. Our mistake may not be known to other. For example, will you marry me? If you say these words, the other person will understand what you want to say. But if you write the same in this way, it will be okay. But if you write the same word, MERRY, will you marry me? If you use this word, the other person will not be in a position to understand what you want to say, or the same will have a negative effect on the other about your personality. The other person will think that you do not know where to use and what you want to convey. In the same way, if you want to say someone that I went to bazaar and purchased a mobile phone, but if you say I went to bazaar, I will purchase a mobile phone, these two sentences are totally different. So whenever you want to say something, you should use the proper words. It becomes all the more important when you convey your ideas, feelings in writing. You should not only use the proper words but also proper tense, that is the verb. We have already uploaded the videos on communication as well as present tense, in future tense, past tense. You may go through the same. So now we come to the main topic. We will discuss the most common mistakes in English grammar, and the same will be discussed in reference to the incorrect spellings of the word. Sometimes the spellings used by us may not be proper. We may also commit mistake in use of apostrophe. Then there are errors in sentence fragments. Sometimes there is disagreement between subject and verb. Many times the words are not properly placed in a sentence. Sometimes there is error in pronoun. Sometimes we make incomplete comparisons. Many times we mix up possession and plural. Many times we do not know whether we should use the word fewer or less. We should also understand what is the meaning of you are, your. Then we will discuss the errors in relation to writing numbers. We should always use the correct verb for the entire correspondence. Unnecessary commas should be avoided. There may be no clear antecedent. We should not end a sentence in a preposition. The sentences should not be very long. It should be as short as possible. Many times we become confused whether we should make the use of well or good in a sentence. Sometimes there are some words which are very similar, peak, 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 and we have to make use of the proper word. Sometimes we are confused whether we should use the word who or that. In the same way, there are similar words, a lot, who, whom, whose, who is, into, lose, lose. We should also understand what is the difference between then and then. Sometimes we have to use introductory commas in a sentence, we should know what are those commas and where we should use those. Then of versus have. Then there are mistakes while using possessive nouns. There may be a missing comma in a compound sentence. We should also know what is the difference between two. If we say it is too hot, we should know whether to use too or two. Weather is too hot. We should know whether we are to use weather or this weather. We should also know what is the difference between there. We should also know where we are to use affect and where to use effect. Further versus farther, accept versus accept. We should also understand where we should use assure or ensure. There is a common mistake why we use the word I or me. We should also remember the commas for a series, where to use complement versus complement. We should also know where to use between or where to use among. Sometimes we make mistakes in the use of semicolon or colon, and many times there are capitalization errors. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.